Hi guys, today I want to make patriotic earrings with you for the 4th of July. I'm thinking that every bead store right now has stars that you can buy, maybe stripes, maybe little patches and stuff like that. I want to make several earrings. There will not be a PDF file for this because it's just too simple. You really don't need a PDF file. Maybe later on I will make one because I do intend to make about 3 or 4, maybe 5, several of the earrings that are patriotic. This star is 12 millimeters, so if you're going to go shopping, then you got to go shop for a 12 millimeter star that has a hole from the top to the bottom. And I think that's really awesome. And I got 4 millimeter bicone Swarovski in there. And I got cyan red, cobalt blue, and white opal. There is white alabaster, which is also like a little darker than this. Let me show you. Get your white alabaster. That's this one, but I checked it because I thought, like, is that what looks better, you know, the white alabaster in between or the opal in between? And I thought that the opal would look a little bit better, but if you like the alabaster, you can do that. Don't do the chalk white. I got the chalk white here, and it's just too harsh compared to the Swarovski bling bling. But the white opal blinks too much, and it's still white. So, and then I got some tiny stars. I think they're what 3 by 8 millimeters. So these are 12 and these are 3 by 8 millimeters. Oh, that's a lot. And I got the smallest rings I could get. These are 4 millimeters wide. So yeah, I suggest we just get started. It's very simple. I'm working with extension chain to make the dangles. And I did 1 piece here, 3 here, and 5 here. So if you want to turn that around and you want to make it blue, red, white, then you do 3 for red and 5 for white. But yeah, since it's dangling, it's all going to go through each other. So that's the first thing you need to do. I do save my little drops because I can always use those later for something else. Put them in. So I need 1, 3, and 5. And it's up to you what kind of chain you want to use. For instance, I got thinner chain here that I also want to use later. But because I have 4 millimeter rings, you can hardly see where the ring moves into the chain. So that would be a lot different if you would have, for instance, this chain and then with that ring, and the ring would stand out much more. So this looks more like it's extended. So okay, we got 1, we need 3 and 5. Okay, gotta cut it just right so I don't cut off the wrong ones. 1, 3 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on the bottom ones, in between the bicones, there is 2 more. Okay, so you get. And if this is too long, we're gonna do a short version, so that you know, if you like shorter earrings. But I'm just doing this so I can give you some ideas on what to do with the 4th of July. And you know, they're done pretty quickly. I'm just talking a lot, but they're done pretty quickly, and you can just make them for the family way before the 4th of July is here. So that's why I'm doing these, and that's why I'm doing several of them. So to give you some ideas, and you know, maybe one will joggle you and you'll make something else. I would love to see your earrings, your 4th of July earrings. Basically, you need two extension sets, depending on how many there are on there, to get yourself one earring. Okay, the rest of it is pretty much shot. We've got little rings here that I do also save, because you never know when you might need a small ring. See, if I get enough of these small rings that I put that are on here on the drop, then I can reuse those again too. So that's kind of awesome. Because small rings are hard to come by, I have to tell you that. We need head pins. These are 25 millimeters, but you don't really need them this long. I'll see when I cut them off how long they really need to be. I'm gonna cut off the end and take my piece. That's about, let me see, how much is that about? Oh, that's about 1 centimeter. Turn it, and then in 2 turns or 3 turns, you turn it close so that you get your loop. And then you got a nice little loop right there. Then you open that up and you pull that towards you. And then you take your one ring and you put that on there. And you close that up. And then pick up, I'm using silver plated 11/0 seed beads. So that's kind of, with the chain, that kind of blends, you know, so that the bicone comes out more. So, and after that you do your bicone and you do your 11/0 seed bead again, and then right underneath it you twist it complete 45 degrees, and then basically when you put that pliers against your finger, then you got about 1 centimeter, maybe put it really close against it. So, and then you're gonna go 1 and 2 and 3, maybe that's a little bit too long, then you just kind of cut off a little bit more. There we go. And your second loop is never as pretty as your first loop, or probably not even the same size unless you're an expert at this. And then you can, if you want to, you can twist both sides to go in the same direction, but you really don't need to. Okay, I'm going to use my flat nose pliers now to open that up. And then we're going to hang the bottom part on there. So that's the 2. And then we're going to close that up. And make sure that your seed bead stays underneath it. Right there. Now we're going to take the small rings, and I got small rings here that are 4 millimeters. And they're very thin. And you got to open that up with your pliers. I don't know, it's probably very annoying when everything is in the camera, so I'm going to move that over a little bit. There we go. So basically, I hold it, and then I pull it towards me. My rightmost pliers I pull towards me. And that goes underneath here. And then we're going to have a shiny star. And those are the other 2. And I'm going to hang that right on there. And then I'm going to close that up. And then I'm going to do the other 2. So I got my first one. The next one has 3 on the top. Then the silver, the bicone, and the head pin. Let me see how much head pin we got left over. So that was a 25 millimeter. I got like 10 millimeters left over. So 15 millimeters head pins would be fine, or you can use one that already has a hook, has already got a loop on it. So 15 is max. But you got to make sure that your bicone goes through there, okay? So I don't know exactly how thick this is, probably 1 millimeter. Maybe, yeah, it's about 1 meter, less than 1 millimeter. So you got to make sure that if you buy these, take a bicone, a 4 millimeter bicone, and see if they fit. So we got the 3, and then the silver bicone silver on the head pin, and then the 2 on the bottom, and then we need to make the third one. So I think you got that. I did that, and you got the one with the 4 and the head pin and the 2 on the bottom. So pause me now, and then after you got that done, you can hit the play button again. Okay, now that I got these 2, the rings need to go on with the stars. So give me 2 rings, and then we're ready to put them on the big star. And this is fairly easy and goes pretty quickly. Make sure you put them on the right side where the 2 chains are. The 2 loops of the chain, that is. Okay, now we need the big star. The big star is 12 millimeters, just in case you're gonna go shopping. And if you want to order from Salia, you'll be my guest too. I don't get paid for that. I'm going to take a new head pin, and I'm going to go cut that. And I'm going to go make a little bit of a bigger loop, because you got to go and get all these guys on there. Not too much bigger. Okay. Open it up. Hang your blue on there. And what did I do? I did blue, white, and red. Yeah. Should be red, white, and blue. I know. Well, it's red, white, and blue the other way around. Blue, white, and red is red, white, and blue in reverse. Close that up. Get your stuff out of the way. Mess you make. Get an 11-0 on top of there. Go into your star all the way to the top, okay? And now twist it. And make sure that you twist it in the side of the hole to the left, like that. And make it a little bit of a big loop, because we're going to go and turn that, and just kind of push that in there. That's what I want anyway. I want it, the other side, to go back into that star. And you got to compare your loops so that one loop isn't bigger than the other. Got to cut that off a little bit more. This is a little bit of a joggle. We don't use a silver seed bead on this side. Yeah, a little bit more. Just get that other side in there, if possible. How many times can you do this before you break it? I don't know. It's pretty good material, I have to say so. Yeah, there we go. That's it. Woohoo! That's a wonderful loop. And it's all the way in there. And then you got to compare close this one up a little bit more on the bottom, so that seat bead won't go underneath there. And then you put your ear hook on there. Yay! And that's all there is to it. Very, very simple, but very effective. So flat nose pliers works better than round nose pliers actually. Put it on there. Front and back look the same, so you don't have to worry about that. And here we got our first patriotic earring. Now, okay, this might be too long for you. Might even be too heavy for you, so next I want to make a short version with an ear stud. And when you order ear stud, make sure you got the backs too, because these come without the backs. I got them in the house. I'm going to put my little ring on there, and I'm using a 3-loop chain to hang on the ring. It's 3 loops only. And then I'm going to close that up because these are going to be the short ones. Sometimes it's hard to hold on to them. And make sure that that's really close so that you're so that nothing falls off. So that's like the size. This is like the size that you got, and you can go 1 loop shorter if you hang your first bicone in there in the loop that we just made, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to damage it, so I got like basically 4 loops. So this is the shortest that I can make it. You can make it 1 shorter if you only use the bicones, but I am going to use 1 little star for the bottom. I'm going to hang that on the bottom right there. So it's, let me show you. Oh, the size will be like that length with another. So that would be about this length with another loop on there. So this would be like about 3.5 centimeters long compared to this. And it all depends if you want to dangle. You can leave the star out too, because you got the ear stud star, but this is, that was like 3.5, and this with the star is about 6.5, so it's like double the size almost. So we're gonna go and pick up our head pins, and I'm going to do red, white and blue, and this is going straight on the head pin. Okay, for the top I will use the silver seed bead to protect it on the top. And then I'm going to go and turn that, and don't throw away the leftovers of your head pins, because we're going to be using these ones again later. If you make your second earrings, your long earrings, you know, you can check. Okay, so we got red, and red is going to go into the first hole. And that's not the hole that you hung that chain on, but in that first hole of the chain. And it's a bit tricky to do. There we go. Almost. Come on. There we go. And then we're going to close that up. So you got your first one hanging on there. And then we're going to get the blue one. Oh no, the red, white, and blue, right? Red, white. And the silver, 11-0. Turn, cut, loop, and loop close before you open it. Open. And now, when you got the red one on the right side, then you put the white one on the left side, so they're not in each other's way of the second loop. Okay, and now we're going to put in the blue. Blue, silver, loop, and this one is going into the last loop. Open it up, find that last loop, and hang your blue on there. And close that up. Okay, I want to show you this. The red is on the right side, the white is on the left side, and the blue's got to go on the right side again. So that means the next loop we put through there with the star underneath it, it needs to go right there in the middle. Tricky, tricky. Little details. Maybe I should make the PDF file with those little details. Okay, so we got the star. Now we gotta move that over. Let me see. Red is right, white is there, and that one's gonna go right next to it, right there. Close that up. And for you guys that don't like it too long, that's it. You can also start, of course, in that first loop with your red if you want to. If you feel that this area between the jump ring that you used to the first chain is too big, you can higher it up a little bit. It will be even a little bit shorter. But this is kind of awesome. What do you think? Stars too much on the bottom? I don't know. I'll leave it up to you. You figure it out. I'm just going to give you the designs and you work with them. And, you know, if you want to adjust them, then please show me because I would love to see them. We're going to go onwards to... oh, I got to get myself an ear stud. Put that on there. And then we got to go to the third version. Let me clean up a little bit and then we go on to the third one. And those are with just basically red, white, and blue. Of course, I got some different stuff for that because I want to make them all different. I don't want to make them the same. The red, the white, and the blue. If you like your gold. And these are just like this. I'm not using any Swarovskis with them. I'm using the same chain. And we need some small rings for that. Got a head pin with a loop already here. So we got 3 rings and they're a little bigger, but she didn't have the same ones. She didn't have them in gold in this size. She only had them in this silver color, so that's too bad, but can't win them all. So the rings will be a little bigger, but if you can find the 4mm gold rings, then that would be awesome too. Of course, the smaller the ring, the better. And we're going to kind of cut her off. There we go. And we're going to put the rings with the stars on. I'm gonna do 2 top for the blue. And I gotta attach it with the ring. So this is gonna go on there. And then we're gonna have this one on there, the 2. And then we need to see how much length we need so that that star is like underneath it. So that would be like 3, or you can go a little longer like that, and then you can make your third one long again, or you can make your third one short again. So I got 2, and I'm going to go with 4, because I like the white to come out a little bit. 4. And then I'm going to do 2 again. Ring. See, this is kind of messy. Normally you would just have like the beads there that you want to work with, but this is like everything needs to be in place on your beading pad right in front of you, because you want to measure and you want to see, you want to look. It's, you know, I'm thinking 4, might be 3, and then 4 again. We'll see. Yeah, I think 4 is good. And then 2 again. And these are done with 5mm jump rings, because she didn't have the same jump rings in gold. At least I couldn't find them on her website. So that's going to go on there. And these are just going to be done with these red, white and blue stars. No Swarovski here. And I got, so therefore I got like a 2 chain, 4 chain and a 2 chain. And then we got like a star that is somewhat smaller, even smaller I think than the ear stud. And I got a gold one that already has a loop. So I'm going to open that loop. And I'm going to put blue, and I'm going to put white, that is the longest, and I'm going to put red on there, and then I'm going to close that up. And I'm going to take a gold 11OC bead, because now we got gold earrings, of course. And then we're going to do basically the same as we did with these. And I'm trying to create a loop that will go right back into that hole over there, so that will be tight. And it's kind of a difficult one, I do have to admit that, because it's going everywhere. But you want that loop to kind of, and then they have to be the same size, of course, and that's the most difficult part. You want that loop to just kind of go back in that same hole. Push it down in there so that it won't move anymore. And then it's got to be straight, of course, because you don't want it to twirl around like that. It's got to be solid. So that means you got to wiggle with it a little bit and make sure that that's all the way. You might have to cut off a little bit. See, it's got to go in there. This is the hardest part. And of course, if you do that crap too often, then yep, we got it in there. And now it looks like it's like a perfect little thingy in there. I'll move it a little bit. There, got it. Ha! Okay, and then we hang it on our hook. And then we close that up. And here we got another one. So there's a gazillion ways to go with these guys, and I just showed you 3 here. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you show me what you made of them, because I can't believe that you're not going to go and be wearing yourself some 4th of July earrings. So yeah, please share. I would love to see them. And let me know what you think of these, and let me know if you still want a PDF file to go with this, because I can just make the other earring and then I'll just make the PDF file to go with it anyway. Personally, I think it's, you know, very simple to do, and I don't think it requires a PDF file. But I will be back with the second 4th of July. That will be a bracelet. If you got some old jeans, then please save them. If you don't, as if somebody has some for you, and then we're gonna go and do that one. Okay, that's it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know, and I'll see you hopefully next week with the bracelet.